I don't think I've ever explained exactly what has happened with my health and the complete story. So I'm going to go through and really break down everything. In June of 2022, I had decided with my wife that we were going to move into a new apartment in the same building as my gym and my work. And I wanted it to be perfect. Like, I wanted to clean everything, make sure everything was safe. My OCD and depression had just like taken off from there because I was so scared of something not being right, something happening when you have all three things in one building. You're like, if there's a fire, I lose my home, my work, and my gym. Shout out though, during this time, Kayla, Nate Rex, and Shannon are the ones who experienced most what I was doing. I had them going around the office, measuring out the heaters, checking for the outlets to make sure they were good. From there, fire extinguishers I was scared of, lead paint. We were testing the carpet that had little paint drops for lead. Then the night of my wedding, June 25th, 2022, it just felt like a side sticker on my right side, and there was a lot of pressure and a lot of pain, but also in my back and my groin area. So, like, that night, we got back to the hotel room, and it was a great wedding, and I felt so good during the wedding, but then I was like, Kayla, I really don't feel good, and it went from 0 to 100. That next week, everything went away, and it was back to normal physically, but still dealing with the mental aspect. Now, come to find out later on and deeper into the story, when we get to it, it was chronic appendicitis, the start of it. November 18th, 2022, okay? I rolled with a friend. His name was Luke Shimos, and he had me in a body triangle, and I didn't tap, or I might have tapped eventually, but his pressure was so strong, so sick. It was the same feeling as the wedding, but a little bit more intense, to where my whole body was shutting down. Pains, aches, more my back and my groin and my entire stomach than the right side. And I was like, Luke's body triangle really messed me up. But I did go to the doctor. I went to urgent care, and well, it would not be appendicitis or anything like that, because you'd be dead or in the hospital. You're past the point of that. On January 2nd, 2023, we came home from a New Year's event, and we were sitting in bed, and I heard something that sounded like a tech alarm type sound. Down to Kayla, told her, I think it might be a bat. She came out of the shower and tapped on the wall, and that's when we discovered we had bats in the wall. I went from OCD and depression and this unknown chronic appendicitis to full-blown psychosis for the next year, probably. I got rabies shots, me and Kayla. I was not going to not get the rabies shots. I was scared to death. I said, we need to move out of this place immediately. I'm not wearing any of the clothes. I'm not laying on any of the couch, any of the stuff. I'm not using it. I was so scared that it was contaminated with rabies, even though that's not how it works, I know. But I was so scared. And we were living between houses with my parents and Gina and Rick, my in-laws, so shout out to them for that help. We did that for a couple months, going back and forth, and my mental state just got worse and worse and worse. And at this time also, I was having even worse physical symptoms, and I was more of a zombie at this point. Not crazy, like freaking out, more just not talking, going to bed at 6, sleeping all the way to like 11 a.m., not even really speaking to Kayla much at night, because I was so not there, zombie-like. October 29th, 2024, and the physical stuff hit a breaking point. Mom makes me go to the hospital, so shout out Mom right there. And it turns out I have appendicitis with an abscess, okay? So from that moment on, I felt a lot of relief. So like they said that the abscess was so bad that they couldn't do the surgery to take out my appendix that day. So we would have to wait, be on medication to get better. They were thinking about putting in a drain, but they said the drain wasn't worth it at this time. So they just sent me home from the hospital. I did the antibiotics. Some things got better, but eventually things were getting worse, and I was going back to the hospital like weekly. December 11th or 12th, I hit a breaking point again physically. could not function, so much pain. Went back to the doctor and found out that the abscess has gotten worse and everything was getting worse. So they put me into emergency surgery, and the plan was to do the laparoscopic appendectomy, which then turned into a open right hemicolectomy, removing half my colon and some of my small intestine. The phlegmon, whatever it is, was like this big brick of I don't even know. They never even found the appendix. They initially said it was perforated, but they never even found it because my intestine was so smashed together. So it was open surgery. I was in surgery for 8 hours. Wasn't sure if I was going to need a stoma bag, whatever. I was in there for like 2 weeks, couldn't walk, had to relearn to go to the bathroom, which was a disaster. Had 2 catheters in me for a while. One getting pulled out was not pretty. It was the worst experience of my life with the catheter. But I felt mentally back like I'm Dylan. Whatever, my psychosis, OCD, depression was all gone. I felt like a new person. Still had physical issues, but mental health issues gone. Literally gone. I haven't had any mental health issues since. No depression, no OCD. Okay, maybe a little bit, but they've all been positive, like no depression whatsoever. And I really don't believe that. I don't even know if I had depression or if I was so physically ill that it was killing me inside. I don't know. I had cellulitis infection in my staples. I had 40-something staples, but they got infected, and I had the staph cellulitis. I had to be admitted for that. I had esophagitis. I don't know, from when I got my colonoscopy and endoscopy. I have erosion in my stomach. They did find precancer polyps in me. I now deal with vagus nerve issues all the time. That's one of the ones that's like still going on. Syncope issues, neuro problems. Eating became a real issue in bathroom. I eat, I go to the bathroom. I eat, I throw up. I eat, I feel terrible. So I was diagnosed with gastroparesis then. I'm also pre-diabetic now. Could be, if things don't get better. We're only like a year in, but the feeding tube, a pacemaker, anything like that, stimulator, those are way down the line. So hopefully the diet and some of the medications, I'm on a bunch of medicines. I'm happier than ever, even though physically I'm not that good. But mentally, I would not trade this for anything. 2025 was the best year of my life. And I just want to give more shout outs to different people. Obviously, all my family already said, hey, Rex, dog. But then some people have been reaching out a lot. Dallas reaches out weekly since the beginning. Really appreciate that. It means a lot. Marcus Hardiman reaches out all the time. Donato Trinkle, Matt Riddle, Finishers, Zach Maslany, Andrew Jones, Dave Familia, Craig Moyer, William Frohnheiser. Big shout out to Meredith. She sent me a gift. Brian Hawk, thank you. He also reached out and sent something. Oma, Jimmy, all them. Nana, rest in peace. But you helped. A couple other people, John Boudet, Phoenix, Del Vecchio, Alec Major, one of my best friends of all time and oldest friends, reaching out. Zach, Sharon, Zach, and Frank from the gym, my last role, always reaching out. Could be my last role ever. He got that honor. But yeah, thanks. And this is the complete story of what has happened to me over the last couple years.